Really wanted to pay tribute to the Welsh travel writer Jan Morris, who died a month ago at the age of 94. Jan started life in 1926 as James Morris. He was an historian, an author, and a travel writer. As a young man, he was a soldier with the British Army at the end of the Second World War and a member of the 1953 British Mount Everest expedition, when Tenzing and Edmund Hillary made the first ever successful ascent of Everest. Morris, James Morris, was the only journalist on the expedition covering the climb. He wrote the story that was famously announced on the front page of the Times in London on the 2nd of June 1953, the day of Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. In 1972, James had pioneering gender reassignment surgery, transitioning from male to female, became Jan. Now, what a life. Jan was someone who didn't wait for others to give her freedom. She didn't let other people's expectations limit how she lived her life. She went out and she found her own freedom within that. And I think that that is what is under threat at the moment. She went out and she found her own freedom. I'd like to fast forward to 2020. With the bitterness of current political language and contestation, the censorious culture that comes with identity politics, and the new curbs like today on our everyday freedoms that Dave's just spoken about, and many others of you, remind me that we need to stand up together like Jan did. We need to keep going out and finding freedom for ourselves. I'm reading her words today as a tribute to her life, but also because I feel we could do with a bit of a blast of optimism and some universalism. She writes of those that are open in spirit. It is a love letter to what can unite us as people, those of us that love and respect the meaning of freedom, and she provides perhaps even a glimpse of a future world. So bear with me. The fourth world. There are people everywhere who form a fourth world or a diaspora of their own. They are the lordly ones. They come in all colours. They can be Christians or Hindus or Muslims or Jews or pagans or atheists. They can be young or old, men or women, soldiers or pacifists, rich or poor. They may be patriots, but they're never chauvinists. They share with each other across all the nations of the world common values of humour and understanding. When you are amongst them, you know you will not be mocked or resented because they won't care about your race, your faith, your sex, or your nationality, and they suffer fools, if not gladly, at least sympathetically. They laugh easily. They are easily grateful. They are never mean. They are not inhibited by fashion, public opinion, or political correctness. They are exiles often in their own communities because they are always in a minority, but they form a mighty nation if only they knew it. So those were Jan's words that she wrote, I think about 30 years ago now. So today, I think it's time for those of us that know that there are more that binds us together than divides us to work together to reclaim our freedoms. I really look forward to working with you to reclaim it in the coming days, weeks, months, and years. Thanks, everybody.